Alright, hello everybody. Just me here today, and I'm gonna be doing some more Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter, which is, if you didn't watch the first one of these, this is, the fifth game, asterisk, in the Breath of Fire series, so it's kind of on its own. It's just sort of its own standalone thing, which we'll be showing off, so, well, let's kind of jump right in. So, last time we had we made like a hard save at the phone. And we also made a temp save after we fought the boss fight, where we just did a bit of zoning against a silly-looking boss. We kind of gave him the boot and then moved away. So once I load this temp save, it goes away. So you have to spend a resource to make a hard save if you want to do like saving and loading sort of stuff. Hey. What do I have on me right now? Let's... Ooh, Ogre Slice. Let's use that. Okay. So we have Nina in our party now. We pull up party... status, Nina. So here's Nina. She only has, I guess she only has G-Flare right now. But she plays very differently compared to the two characters we've had before. Bosch and Ryu are very, like, combat, get in the front, sort of thing, where it's like, you know, you just need to kind of position yourself relative to the enemy. Nina is more of a setting traps and spells bit of gameplay. If you are familiar with Radiant Historia, which maybe you're not, because that's a RPG for the DS that I don't think a lot of people played. There was a character named Aht, A-H-T, I believe, who could set traps on like a 3x3 grid, and then you'd push everybody into the traps. So... similar thing. So we have a similar thing in that we're going to be able to set traps and then use the new skill that we got, the kick, in order to push people into it. Radiant Historia was super good. Alright. But hello, Pat Code, hello Logical, TK Cat, Mastazaw, County Kittens, glad to see y'all here. I'm glad that, you're here to enjoy Dragon Quarter. Oh, we have a new move right now, too. We've got this dash, this mysterious dash that makes the cube up in the top right corner vibrate wildly. Look at it. It's changing colors and then, like, oh, okay, it's back to normal. Okay, we still don't have the key for this one. So the dash we'll get, we'll explain a bit more, what's going on there as we move, and also you won't be seeing it a lot more after, like, the next two areas, sadly. I think it's two areas before the dash becomes, not that useful to me specifically, and I will get to show you why. Hold on, is that a thing over there? It's just a bug. Okay. Yeah, mysterious dash. But we'll use it while we have it. Like, okay. So, battle mode. This is telling us about Nina. So, G-Flare and other location spells enchant an area, useful to restrict movement, and deal a lot of damage on contact. So, this also item vacuums? Let me get into a fight, though, first. Okay. So I want to kind of boot the enemy away. So I'm going to just give him a couple slices and a kick. And I don't know how fast Nina is. That's a question, I suppose, at this point, is how fast is Nina? I hope she's fast enough. Okay, Nina's quite fast. Alright, level 1 magic, G-Flare. So, okay, take a look at how G-Flare works. G-Flare says that it is 10 to use, but the placement actually goes up the further away from Nina I get. While the circle is touching Nina, it's 10, but you can't place it on Nina. So we want Nina to move forward a little bit. Not too much. Like here's probably good. And then we make like a space closer right here. And now we have a trap on the ground. You can also like get rid of these if they're in worthless spots. That sort of thing. Let's see if I can get... Let's see if I can get somebody to walk towards me. Nope, they're just going to run off. Okay. You'll see some of my movement's very slowed outside of that zone. Okay, so these things are just going to run away. Yeah, there's a turn limit on them that I don't quite recall. You can see there's a limit in the top left corner that says magic 2 stars out of 3 stars. That's like a placement limit. I don't need Deathbringer here, but we're going to use it anyway. End on that. Oh, attack mode. Okay. Heck. Whoa, that was hefty damage. Alright, I'm gonna get you super dead here. Hold on. Hold on. Alright. So we've placed some traps, and then... Let's kick. So yeah, the traps hit pretty hard. Oh, cool. We got a level from that. Hold on. Oh, heck. No, 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 no. Not right now. Not right now. I don't need spider. Spider enemies! Heck. How many of them are there in this fight? 2? Okay. Let's back him up and see if we can have Nina take... Yep, Nina gets the first turn. So we're gonna sort of walk forward a little bit and place a flare in between... Oh, there was a green spot there. There, right there. So this is the flare that's gonna give us, like, some... So if a spider comes at us... Boop. So they take heavy damage just to walk towards us. So let's set some more. Right now we only have the G flare as our only real move. I'm gonna give us a retreat flare as well, because we can walk through these. So this is gonna be like a flare that we can walk backwards through. Oh, they're going for... Oh dear! Nina can't take hits like that. Go to 4. Oh, heck. Okay, whoops. I flubbed that one. Item, heal kit, Nina. Alright. We'll put a flare here. And erase the... Oh, all. Yeah. We'll back up and make sure that I don't get attacked. Should just walk into the fire, though. Okay. There we go. Straight into the fire. Yeah, we need Nina to be alive for these fights, because Nina is very underleveled, as you can see. Nina comes in at level 1. There's still 2 more spiders. Heck. There we go. Alright, so here we're going to start a fight with Nina, which is actually a really good thing. So Nina getting a fight start means that I just get to set up the area with fire. So here we have the giant flame. We'll also defer Nina's turn too. And then spider walks into a fire, spider walks into a fire, spider walks into a fire. Oh, heck. Okay, so here's a cool thing. Distance movement in this is relative to your position, not like relative to how far you've moved. So see, I'm at 63. I go down to 40 to move over here, but then I go back up to 50 to move over here again. So, like, it's not like, you know, I spent, like, 50 AP to just round the box, you know, I can just... Okay, I should be able to just kill... Let's see, if I can get up to 40, that'd be good. Okay, cool. Alright, Nina gets to set up more flares. See how close we can set this one. Set this key on fire. Alright, and then we'll have Nina move behind the box to make sure that she doesn't get hit here. Hopefully the spider just walks into this. And that's Nina. That was pretty good. Alright, Nina can also item draw. Items will move towards Nina if you hit the button. Hey, a save token. Nice. What's in this one? A heal kit. Alright, I think I'm going to go back to the chest then and pick up that. So starting with Nina is quite useful because Nina having the first action means I can set up my traps before really taking any real actions that would like harm the opponent, and I can just easily set those up for a kick. Yeah, note that it takes Nina more AP to move her glyphs than move herself. Yes. So it is easier to move Nina into range and then do the glyph. Oh, I went one room too far. That's fine. I want the treasure chest in this one. But that does mean that she's closer to the, like, fight zone. Alright. Ooh, question marks +1. Yes, please. I think... Can you identify, or are you just a shop? Oh, you're just a shop. Buy some heal kits, though. definitely want some heal kits with. Like, that would be very bad to be caught without any healing. Ah. And you talk about party XP. Yeah, party XP is carried over with the soul system, the start over system. And corners. I want to hear about nothing. Yeah, not having a way to identify things kind of sucks. Yep. Okay, so let's head forward. I could feed Nina some of my party XP. I have 415, and, like, giving her a bit wouldn't be too bad. Like, hitting her to level this level. Let's give her a level. I can show you off what this, how this functions. However, I like saving the party XP unless I know that I'm not going to be doing another restart, and I know that I'm going to be doing a restart on this run. Specifically because I want to show that system off for you. Unidentified gear, no, you cannot equip. It's actually in your inventory, taking up a dang old slot, which sucks. Equipment has its own, like, spot. Let's try turning this corner like our... Okay. So we know that this is an open door. Nothing on the ceilings. Okay, we got 2 doors. Let's switch to bomb, and then... Ooh. Can we check the ceilings? Fresh meat. Dynamite. Sleepy shroom. Some money. Fresh meat. I think that puts me at max fresh meat. Again, item management is one of the biggest things in the game because of your extremely restricted inventory space. You do to get upgrades, so you're not like 100% out, but it still sucks. Is that an enemy on the... No. Now, there's an enemy on the ceiling. Oh, you can even see Nina is looking up towards it when I get close enough. So right there. Are they interested in the meat? Oh, they eat that one fast. Alright, so we are going to do sort of the normal start for Nina here on a free turn. Hey, Spider. Oh my goodness, I couldn't reach them all. Come on. Just, yeah, you want to walk on through. That's fine. Yep, come on in. It's fine. You can see 3 more on the ceiling there. Bonk. I shouldn't be... Probably shouldn't be using my meat like this. Let's actually move in closer. This much. But yeah, the like tripling up of like flares, just putting them on top of each other like this when we're in a narrow corridor is pretty dang effective. Not quite. So I can just skip turn and we'll, oh, I should have shown off skip order. You can pass your turn without passing fully, as long as you've taken no action. Like you can defer. I hit? What? That landed? You're joking me. That was like a backstep. Well, enemies try to avoid fire while they blunder into it by taking the shortest path. Most of them will blunder into it. Enemies have their own set of, like, what they'll do, retreating, attacking, and such, but, like, here, they'll just walk straight. That is their game plan right now, is to walk straight into the fire. I want to back up a little bit. So like this. We'll stop after 2 bops. And the boot. The boot there is really important because that'll give me the room to set a bunch of traps in between. Again, so we just reset up our flares. Again, this is the most basic. This is, again, the game sort of like giving us the time of like, look, a narrow corridor where Nina is the most powerful. Like, you know, this is the game giving us that setup. Only seen this game speedrun. Yeah, the speedrun of this game is really interesting. It's quite short, about an hour. And I have a lot of fun watching it because the speedrun is all about resource management on an incredible scale. Lurid Dust. Lurid Dust. I think Lurid Dust is just a saleable item. Yeah, just a saleable item. That's fine. Okay, well, we get to go on up to, I think 10 meters. Yeah. 1190, minus 1190. Well, you're going to see that a lot. That's very much how this game defines its areas, is height. Especially when you're underground, that's how you tell places apart. Nothing here. What we got in this room? Anything? Any threats? No immediate threats. That's good. Yeah, use 99.9%. Yeah, that is indeed the speed. Okay, this should, yeah, this is the area. So, this is a character we met earlier, while she ambushed us. Sword v gun. We have not, Wazen. The lack of music in this scene does something. I don't know if I wouldn't say it's correct. It makes it feel like there's like it gives us this like simplicity. I don't know, like, you know, it's just like here we go. Here's the scene presented to you with nothing else. gun. You can't do that with a pistol, with a revolver like that. Come on. So Nina's very important for some mysterious reasons in order to save the world. As she was being, she has wings and magical powers. Cool. So we're trying to get to End Sector because, we're way underground. So here's Lin. Lin is our third party member. Or fourth party member, I guess, at this point. Behind Bosch. Lin has her own set of gimmicks. One page added to the item list. Oh my goodness, thank you, Lin. You brought a backpack. Oh, okay, so we're up to 15 items, which is so much better than 10. And I think we have a scene here with at Ranger HQ with the Captain Zeno, I believe, and Bosch. Bosch here, incredibly worried for his own life and career, doesn't even consider the cargo. Yeah, Bosch is a very consistent character. He definitely is out for himself. He's not like he's not like without care of the outside world, but his number one is himself and his career. He finds himself very like deserving of it without putting in the work to it. No matter what it looks like. So for some reason, the Rangers want to kill Nina. All right, our third party member. Let's go to party. She starts at level 10, a lot better than Nina starting at 1. She uses a gun. She just uses gun and has like her weapon skills are like voice lines effectively. She has like line shots and different things like that. We'll be let me show if I can see if I can show her skills here. Yeah, it adds effects to excessive attack, and then like moving on here. Reduces enemy move power, and this out of my way it does a knockback. So she's very good at range. Let me pull up her for our field. That's the wrong button for that. We have gun. Yeah, so she's the ranged character that we have. She can start fights from a distance. Yeah, okay, language commands. Combine attacks to strengthen... combine commands to strengthen attacks or change attack effects. Try to learn new combinations when Lin learns your commands. And charge shot. Hold attack and release to fire. So you can see an aiming reticle when we're... So the aiming reticle, the charge shot does like a knockback. But the also she starts with 70 AP, which is really good. As a gigantic tail. Yes, somebody said that Lin is cat's name in Japanese? Yeah, I would, Cass. That'd be great. I'll jump in the zone for that. Alright. Yeah, we'll get to see how Lin works. I don't think we'll get to see how Lin works very well here. Like, because the knockback doesn't do much against an enemy up against the wall already.
Okay, that should have done it.
Hello?
Hey!
Hey.
It's Kaz. Kaz is here.
Hey, Kaz.
I love this game.
Same.
I never completed this game.
Oh!
The cute part. Like, no, I remember telling you once how far I had gotten, and you were like, "Oh my God, Kaz, you were so near the end."
Yeah,
like, oh my
God, right? You talked about like the elevator, and I'm just like, that's the second to last boss in the game. Like,
right. Oh no, but you don't. I mean, at that point, I had been through so much to get to there, and I was playing it for too long at a stretch.
Right.
You know, and it's after doing all of that and then getting further than I really expected, and actually spending all of my party experience and like everything to even get there. Yeah, I didn't feel immediately like going right back into it. I actually did play again, but I got lost in a thing that you have yet to encounter yet, so I'm not going to talk about it.
Yep.
Yay!
All right,
but it's a thing that I got lost in.
There are things later to get lost in. That is true.
I don't mind that. The traps basically work because the enemy AI is pretty basic.
Incredibly so. They will either walk directly towards you or like run away in terror.
Right. Oh my God. Oh, there are so many features of this game that I love to death and just want to talk about.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the main one.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you sort of have.
True. Yeah, I'm almost to that. I have partial use of that feature.
Right. But I mean, it does a very thorough job of teaching you the ropes. And the thing that makes me love this game the most is how it gives you these minimal skills and abilities, and then presents you with seemingly insurmountable challenges that you nevertheless can overcome with like patience, perseverance, cleverness, like all that. It typically is not numbers that wins you the fight in this game.
Right. Like the best example I have of that is that the earlier encounter I had last stream with 300 party XP in a box. That's almost doubling the amount of party XP I just have around. The bats.
There were a lot of bats, right?
And like, if I had taken on every single bat at once, I would have. There is no way I could have won that fight. And even like restricting it the way I did, I nearly lost. So, yeah, yep. Lin starts at level 10, much higher than Nina starting at 1. And well, here's the thing: you say, yeah, TK Cat says some challenges may or may not be surmountable, but very soon we're going to get something that will change that, a move that will make it so that all challenges are surmountable at a cost.
Oh man, I have so many good stories about this game, but I'll save them for way later. Yeah. I think I'm gonna save most of my stories for when you inevitably die.
Yep.
Because by the time that happens, you should have probably encountered most of the stuff that I want to talk about. But no, the trap move is really good. That was my main squeeze for a long time. Now, does it actually halt the opponent's movement when they step on it? I remember doing something like that.
It sort of does.
Huh, sort of halts enemy movement.
Like, in the sense that I believe it takes up AP for their turn to, like, so, to stop it.
Oh, I see.
I'm gonna kick this thing into the flame here. Because right now,
I don't think I got much mileage out of the kick. But yeah, being able to, like, cheat on the AP economy of the game by robbing your opponents of their valuable moves by kicking them into traps.
Ooh, okay.
Pretty good.
I also picked up an incredibly important item here, Jolt. This gives Nina her actual offensive ability. And if I go into skills for Nina and equip this gives her like an attack. So it gives her something to do like after she set up all 3 of her traps.
Oh, excellent. So I might be remembering different games, but the bag size that you have, is that just what it is, or do you get more for having more people?
I did get, so when Lin joined, I got a +5 upgrade.
Okay. That's kind of what I remembered.
And I believe that there are some, like, other treasure chests on floors that have, like, just +5 bags.
Yeah, right. I think you can get larger bags, but I did remember, and that was a big thing in, like, you know, ye olde JRPG, like Dragon Warrior 2 and 3 and on.
Yep.
Where the bag was tied to how many people you had. And I was like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's your bag. They're carrying it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna skip turn order here because I can choose to, as long as I haven't taken any action, I can defer my turn, kind of like a D&D style like hold action, to allow. Oh, okay. Our opponent here is just not gonna move, and also we're not taking damage, so.
But yeah, inventory is always gonna be tight, but you don't need all that stuff.
You have to.
Probably not gonna use half of it. Let's be real.
You have to figure out what you are going to use. That's the trick.
It's hard to know, right? Because you'll be like, okay, I have these 5 items, and I could possibly use all 5.
Mm-hmm.
What? Well, the enemy can jolt. Oh.
Yeah, that changes the math.
Different. Yeah.
Like, I was just gonna wait it out. Like I have the firewall ready, and it's like, oh.
You cluster those a little more than I usually did.
Yeah,
I was rather obsessed with getting my opponents to chase me into traps.
The clustering on them makes it so, like, that's how I've tended to have, like, them miss their turn. If they hit, like, 2 or 3 of them in quick succession, they'll just stop moving.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It definitely does allow them a little bit more freedom of movement, where it's like, oh, well, I can just, go around, but most enemies aren't smart enough to go around.
Well, that's where Ryu gets the tricky kick again, and there you have it.
Yeah.
I think another thing that I love about this game is how very little it has to do with literally any other Breath of Fire.
It is the barest.
It's just a franchise name that they could tag on to fool people into buying it.
Yeah.
This is someone's, like, obsessive dream game, right? The thing that they always wanted to do.
Oh, I picked up 2 more copies of Jolt.
Tasty Jolt.
I can't do anything with the Jolts.
Yeah, I guess they really wanted you to have it.
Yeah.
Although, wait, those enemies used Jolt, didn't they?
Yes.
So that's probably why, huh?
Yeah.
Garbage. You don't need it.
Yeah,
Only killing.
I'll drop it later if we run out.
Killing.
Ooh, we've hit a. Oh, and I immediately ambushed by 1 spider. The music has changed. We are currently in a room of, like, a locked room. We cannot leave.
Oh right. I remember that. So much of this game is going to be like, oh yeah, I remember that.
I know.
I did. I went through essentially the entire game after it.
Yeah. the part that's
remembering.
Yeah. the killer part about like the like part you got to is that there is like this sort of meter on the game giving you a bit of an idea how far you are from the end, but the closer you get to the end, the less accurate it becomes.
Yeah. No, it's an excellent system.
Mm-hmm.
Just ludicrously tense.
Yep.
They really make you pay for every inch.
Yeah. All right. So I have to. You also have to decide. One of the biggest things is like deciding how much healing you're going to be using in an encounter, or after an encounter. It's
yeah,
like,
even after, it's like, okay, this item heals 100, or it heals 50, and I'm missing 48 hit points. Should I use it, or should I wait until I take slightly more damage? And it's hard to know.
right. Especially combined with the restrictiveness of the inventory size.
Right? No, I love it. It's one of the skills the game tests, you know? Like, other JRPGs are not interested in resource management and, like, space management being a skill, so they just, you can have as much as you want of whatever. They're not balanced around that, but this absolutely is.
Yes.
I can understand that as a turnoff.
Yeah, well, doubly so, like, with how you talked about, like, the game having nothing to do with Breath of Fire in the rest of the series. The barest of connections in that, you know, I have a main character who has, like a main character named Ryu who has some sort of mysterious power related to dragons. Right. We have a magical girl named Nina with wings, and that's it. That's everything.
Right. I remember there was a cat girl in Breath of Fire 2 at the very least. Like,
yes.
All the Breath of Fire have like folk who are animal folk, kind of.
Yep. Breath of Fire 2 has just Cat, who apparently her name in Japanese was just Lin, the same name as this character.
Right.
And Breath of Fire 3 had Ray, who was this thief, who was one of the early characters you had, who always said, "Doesn't this just beat all?" Then 4 had Clay, who was also like a cat dude. So yeah, that's also another common element. But like gameplay wise, there's oh, there is one other thing we haven't encountered yet that is very much in others, the fairy stuff later.
I love that I can't hear anything. It sounds like you're coming through an auto-tuner. It's rather rad. I basically understood what you were saying, though, because I'm familiar with the games.
Okay.
That probably means that I sound like hell.
You sound pretty normal, honestly.
Oh, wow, that's weird, then. Well, you know what? That's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Only I will have difficulty, and the show will go on.
Yeah, that's I guess that's the power of sort of audibling on it. I meant to ask you about joining this yesterday, and then I didn't recall it until after too late in the day, and I was like, oh crap.
Right. Yeah, don't worry about it. And I mean, you had Gnomebitten on.
Yep.
Before. Whoa! Smack down! Hell is one way to describe Kaz's regular voice.
Wow!
What are you? If you get paid to throw shade, what is this?
Damn!
I earn 15 bits for every streamer I savagely insult. Oh, guess what, matey? Welcome to hell! I love this characterization, actually. I love being body slammed by several persons wrestling.
So, okay. I can't move the camera here. Like, like to look up.
Yep.
This room's camera is very restricted. The only way I can tell that enemies are on the ceiling is that Nina looks upwards.
Your character looks up.
Yep. Alright.
Nina's move will teach you to like doorways.
Yep. Yeah, so the spider touched 2 of those and then just stopped. Alright, I think I've cleared out... No, I haven't cleared this place out yet. There's still another one. Alright, you know what? Okay, what if I just get into range for Jolt? How much damage does just Jolt 9 times do?
Eat 9 jolts.
9 jolts.
Yeah, I love it. I love how the AP meter works. It's like you have a length of it, and you can store up to double that.
Yeah, and a lot of the times it's better to do that because of how, like, the comboing works when you're doing attacks. You get, like, a 10% damage increase if you, like, do 2 different attacks in sequence.
Right. And even without the combo aspect of it, like getting your enemies to spend their actions coming to you and then spending all of your actions dealing damage to them is advantageous.
Yes.
No, eat 9 jorts is definitely what you should do. That's a good meal. That is a balanced breakfast. 9 jorts.
9 jorts.
It's balanced around the jorts. So don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, the getting a sneak attack matters a lot as well, both from because it's very punishing if you get snuck as well because of how much damage sticks. You know, like there is no like easy way to heal up. None of my characters have a heal move or something like that in order to turn AP back into health. Which would be one hell of a...
Oh, and as far as this battle system seeming kind of weird, I insist that this was the style of the time. Like, there were a number of games in the PS2 era that had this whole, like, circle to move, radius, action point kind of economy to it. Nearly this, like, picture for picture, exactly the thing.
Yeah,
I mark the lad as my example of that, but I'm pretty sure there were others. It's just... These are the only ones I've experienced.
Oop. I have a... Yeah, there's a small enemy far away. Yeah, it's just a tiny little bug in a corner.
Alright, well... So long, tiny bug
in
a corner.
I'm trying to think of other games that have a similar... Valkyria Chronicles comes to mind.
One that isn't from the era, but it operates on essentially the same parameters as Skulls of the Shogun.
Ooh.
Where they have the circle movement.
Yeah. Gunshot.wave.
It is not a perfect game. Yeah, give him the Aura.
Yeah, we brought up Phantom Brave earlier as well, as far as like a game of the time that did this. Okay, I can drop one of those jorts.
Sufficient jorts obtained.
Alright, this door is locked. Oh, this is an important door, right. This door checks D ratio. And will only open if your D ratio is sufficient.
Well, Ours ain't.
No, our D ratio is 1/8,192, which is not. We do D ratio is a stat though, that can
It
change.
shows up on the save screen.
Yep.
Right? It's gotta be important. It shows up on the save.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Ryu is the only one who even, like, operates on that scale, so maybe he is at an advantage in that regard.
Right.
It's not asking for Lin or Nina.
Like,
But another hallmark of the Breath of Fire series was the ensemble cast that they accumulated. You know, you had this whole, like, range of... You had an entire menagerie of animals in your party at the end of it. Like, oh yeah, there's the bull man and the snake lady and the angel and the normal looking guy who's actually the weirdest and
yep.
you know, everything in between. But here you get the 3. I'm willing to spoil. Like, you get these party members. It's not actually a spoiler because they're the ones on the case of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is what we got. In case the fact that all of their like stat lines all together takes up the entire left to right of the interface at the top.
Yeah.
Kind of your indication of that. Wait, Footloose. Is that also a move?
Footloose is like anti-bind.
Oh, right.
Which is a status.
Yes, you can have the no boot.
Yeah,
You have your boots crossed out.
that status can be incredibly debilitating if you don't have a way around
Yeah.
it.
No, I mean that's similar to tactics games too, which like in, for instance, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, you could be both immobilized and disabled, and then like you just, oh, I can neither move nor act. Guess
Yep.
I'll pass my turn. This is all I can do. Whoops.
The tiny isopods here broke my flame.
Man. They seem to be vulnerable to gun.
Yeah, 3 shots from like step 1 gun is pretty killer on them.
Step 1, gun. Step 2. No, it's still gun. Just go back
gun.
to step 1.
Yeah.
It's gun.
Is she auraing her gunshots? Yes, she goes aura every time she
Yeah.
does a gunshot.
That was even like how they introduced the mechanic, right?
Yes.
Have we done her intro?
Yeah, we've gotten her and talked about how her gimmick is like voice lines and
Right. No, I'm pretty. I seem to remember the game having a specific tutorial about it, where it's like, Lin loves to yell.
it's true. All right. Oh.
Well, that's bound to be better, isn't it?
Oh, I'm just gonna keep shooting spiders. That's...
And there'll never be anything quite like this. There's something about like having to spend your resources as you go, and like everything you have and can do gets you further in, and so the cost of exploration is this constant tug of war between what you spend and what you can obtain in return, and that you don't really know. You know, that's the wonderful part, is that it's not asking you to balance a spreadsheet. It's asking you, all right, here's the unknown. How far can you make it? Nothing I've found since playing this game has quite matched up to this. 'Cause, you know, everything that's even vaguely like it is like, oh, we procedurally generate this, and you know,
Well,
we don't even know what's in these squares.
when we like, I talked about other games that have a similar system. All of those games tend to be like, you know, like okay, you get into a map and then battle on that map and then like keep going to different, like, you're not exploring a world, you're thrown on the battlefield, and then these mechanics start existing on the battlefield. Whereas this, like, everything is within like these aren't procedurally generated, these aren't like different stages in a sense, it's just the world. Oh, okay, we got some new enemies here.
Do these enemies like bind you a lot? Is that why we're finding all this footloose?
Yeah, they specifically bind. Oh, I'm gonna show this off, so I can just sort of bounce into these enemies with my dash, and they bounce off.
Yeah. Bust them out the way. Bonk.
So yeah, we can just zoop right on through the room.
Yeah. I kind of want to dare you to do this for like 2 straight hours, but we'll get to that later.
Oh goodness.
I notice you're carrying too much.
Yeah. I really... The biggest part with the inventory that is a killer is unidentified weapons taking up a spot. You know, like, I really want to find, you know, Scroll of Identify, and I will never have it. So over on this other side of the area, we have the chest for the floor. Gotta kind of remember how to get in there.
Can you attack the man who's just sort of sitting there?
No. It's like a dead goblin.
Oh, that's a dead goblin.
Yeah. Maybe I come at it from a different... Oops. That was a dynamite. Alright. How did I know there's a way to pull up map.
That'd be good.
Okay, there we go.
From the minimap, it did look like there was a separate...
So, we can't get in there because that was the door locked by D ratio.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yep, I can see it on the map right there. That was the...
Ah.
So that is inaccessible. Oh, sorry. We got these people who keep appearing to teach us mechanics.
Hello, I am a goofy mascot in this otherwise extremely gritty game.
Right?
It has a hard time finding its tone, I fear. Between that and some later stuff, it's like, wait, how... And like, pill bugs that drop medicine. What is this?
Oh, heck. And then there's this giant who came around a corner.
Oh man. I don't know if you want to tangle with him, he's pretty giant.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to set a couple traps that, like, it'll just walk into. Like, because all I can do is set traps on this corner because of, like, how I accidentally put Ryu a little too close.
Right, like you're not allowed to throw a trap on top of anyone.
Yeah.
That's kind of the deal. But Sure. We got lots of fire. Come on in.
And I'll have Ryu pass a turn. All right, hit the flames. Okay. Okay. It hit all 3 flames. And that shipped its turn.
Oh man, we might be able to win.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna skip turn order in order to have Lin go first, because Lin is gonna be able...
Lin can push him back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that should give me some wiggle room for placing down more traps. Yep, I have exactly enough room for traps in between Ryu and our enemy. Literally like pixel space.
Excellent.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. And we kind of need it because it looks like it takes all 3 of my like moves in order to. Like,
this is the game that I remember. Forcing your opponents to walk into traps. Hello.
it's here. Here's a bunch of flames. Please walk directly into them. Oh, look, it worked. Sweet.
Deathbringer, I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's Ryu's like 3rd level move. It auto crits. Item. I need to find more room. I'm gonna get rid of the dynamite that I'm not. Oh, actually, who? Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the dynamite that I'm not using.
Alright, so you might have noticed that that enemy had an atrociously large amount of hit points.
Oh, heck. I am really trying to make my inventory space work. I really need an identify area. Oh, another door with a safety lock on it that we can't get through. Maybe in another time we'll be able to get through those doors. Oh, there's Giant Pillbug. Hello, Giant Pillbug. Giant Pillbug really is the comedy enemy that doesn't belong. Like, it drops a bunch of party XP, like, mini Pillbugs drop a tiny bit of party XP, and then, like, a heal kit, and then, like, Big Pillbug is you know, a bigger version of that. Oh, elementally weak to gun, you say? Alright.
Ah, my one weakness. Bullets.
Yep, another D-ratio door. We're just...
Yes, apropos of nothing, Divinity Original Sin 2, question mark, came out very recently.
Yes.
Yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
And all I know about this game is that you can be a skeleton.
That's the only piece of info I know about it, too, and that's...
Like, I bite my hand every time I realize this fact as I try not to purchase it.
Right, like,
oh,
race,
man.
skeleton...
Oh, it looks like nothing that I would enjoy, but you can just be a skeleton.
Okay, I think we are finally... Oh, that was a puddle enemy that tried to blend in with the junk. Nope, it specifically got me. It's a little hermit.
I constantly try to blend in with the junk. Yes, you can absolutely be skeleton. Did I just, like, destroyed money in people's wallets or something?
You may have. That's possible.
Yeah. No, don't ever buy something for me though. I have way too much money. I should just buy it.
I'm going to have.
Like if I could turn my money into additional time to do stuff. Then
Isn't that the end goal of
constantly,
cash?
right? Constantly. Like that's what they say. Like when you're young, you have too much time and not enough money. When you get older, you have too much money and not enough time. Eh.
Okay, we have a lot of like varying ways to go here. We're in a sort of maze. Oh, I found the
Alright.
treasure chest for the floor.
Educate me about lurid dust.
Lurid
Because
dust.
That sounds like a combination of English words that doesn't actually mean anything.
Lurid dust is a saleable item.
Oh, it's attractive.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, what a
Right?
guys! Put the
This is
thesaurus down. Put the thesaurus down. That's what I meant to say.
oh heck.
Lordy.
I woke up a lot of bugs.
How many is a lot?
Double digit.
Okay. At least 10. That could be bad.
They ran in different directions. So, like...
Question, does Jolt have a tiny area effect to it like it looks like?
I believe
Or-
it does.
Yeah, I think so too, because I believe in the power of the cylinder. You might be able to use that to your advantage when fighting the many bugs.
Take a look at how many bugs are over here on this side. We got 5 bugs. Yeah. Luckily, I only caught 1/2 of the bugs as far as, like...
Yeah, as far as like a single encounter,
right, which is kind of...
which is very small, can also be very terrifying.
They're damaging! Lin is really good here because Lin can kill a bug in 3 gunshots. I think I also need to take a moment to heal Nina, because Nina could die in, I think, 2 just generic attacks. That would be bad.
Yeah, I don't know if we're up to the point where you have resurrecting items.
I have 1 in the pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's Jolt against a group.
Trying to not spend that. Oh yeah, they're all collected up. That's pretty good.
Okay. And they all drop, looks like a bunch of dynamite.
I'm sorry, the bugs were carrying dynamite?
Yep.
Like, okay, I get that you kick this corpse and then they're like stealing it. Oh man, a louse. You'll never have to work again. You've got a louse.
Oh, whoops. I ended a turn without shooting.
I don't remember what louse does.
Okay, the bugs aren't in range though. Yeah, so there were 10 bugs total.
Okay. Double digits, you are correct.
Yep.
Let me quickly check on something. I'll be back in a couple
Okay.
minutes.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's all about choosing what you want to use your inventory for. You know, I'm at the moment I'm choosing to hold, I think, 4 different pieces of equipment, and like I will not see any value out of that equipment until I get to somebody who can identify it. So until then, I'm just giving up something like 5 or 6 inventory spaces for it. there's the key. So I need to go spend key. Which is over here. What was in this one, I wonder? Oh, I'll drop the armor boost. I don't... Because I want the item in here, because it's, there. It's a command move for, Lin. Let's put that on the pistol. Gives weight to critical chance. So, that was our prize for doing that. We could have just ignored that corner and not fought Pile of Bugs. You know, there's no real reason to go over that, or especially on the map, but... if I take a look at the map, yeah, I want to go. Ooh. Oh, heck! Ambush! I can't believe we got ambushed like this. Okay, what? Actually, I'm gonna move Nina, like, right here. Let's move closer. Oh, near. Oh, no! That was a one-way door. Okay. Heck. Alright, get back, please. You slightly in the front. I don't think it'll have the move speed to get to any of us. Oh, no, it has Jolt, right. I have made a grave error by, well, I got Junk, though. Let's Jolt back. Alright, I'm gonna have to spend some healing after this. Which is fine by me. That's what healing is meant for. Nina can go without. Alright, so we got big one. Ah, that was poor. Oh, right, the thing's confused on its first turn, thankfully. That was what the swirl over its head was confusion. Alright, the firewall is down. Oh, I gave it the boot. So it is booted, it can't move.
Ah, you got him the old no boot.
Yeah, no boots.
That's... Man, for... Is that guy? Large goblin?
It had a name
Our
when it
enemy.
attacked us, but...
Yeah, our enemies. Oh, he has a barcode on his head.
Yep. Alright, then... Have Ryu retreat back into the flames.
So yeah, they make you spend a long time with Ryu, and then gave you these other party members that make Ryu look like a complete tonkus.
Which is kind of hilarious because Bosch was making Ryu look like a complete tonkus in the time we had earlier, so...
Right? Well, I mean, he was doing it by just being a better version of what you were doing, right?
Right.
So it was like, I also walk up to and stab or slash things.
Except for I have triple your health, you know?
I am more powerful than thou. Yeah, Lin and Nina are strategically more... Does Ryu ever get good? Yes. I don't mind spoiling.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, yes. He becomes, in fact, the best.
This is all a choice the game is making to have... Okay, like, now Ryu is the underperforming character, and, like, we will see soon that will change. So.
It's all very intentional. Like I'm not saying this as a way to like, oh yeah, wow, your main character is such trash. No, they've designed it this way to like make you feel like, oh man, my dumb idiot boy who swings a sword around is so bad. What can I do? And then he gets moves. But no, now he's trash right now.
Alright, right now I'm
long and the short of it.
I'm using him for the moment just to kind of blitz through these ants because I don't want to fight a bunch of ants at the moment. I just want to explore the area, and while I have my you know, glowy running aura on, I can't get in fights.
It's true. Cannot while you were doing that.
And it's completely free with no cost.
Yep. Totally free. There's no drawback to doing it. Maybe I shouldn't have joined you for this. I'm hollering. Nevertheless,
Ooh.
it is a way to avoid ants. At the very least, you're absolutely replicating my first playthrough. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I absolutely, I'm like, I don't want to fight a whole dudes. Screw that, and I'm like, man.
I like that we have these, I guess, Genix is the word they use for these sort of creatures.
Genix.
So this room has a couple important purposes, I think, with we have these eyes sort of following you, but...
Yeah, that's really spooky. Also, these guys were kind of powerful when you fought them, like, on, like, one at a time, and there's a room full of them.
Mm-hmm. And it also gives you a moment to more closely realize that Nina is wearing the exact same set of bracelets.
Huh.
Small details.
Yeah. Right hand, left foot.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you're a Genic.
Alright, we've made it to End Sector, though, which is, like, this low town, super underground.
Another little detail that I never realized in all of the hours I put into this game, while your character is in the front of the party, they have a different portrait than if they aren't.
Mm-hmm. We have, like, side profile.
Yeah. You get the 3/4 if you're in. Oh man! What a boon! You have made it to a town of sorts.
This is really important. I'm trying to find. So I remember this. There is a room at the end of End Sector that if I go in will cause a bunch of plot stuff to happen. The trick is finding the shop first.
It's fine. You don't need a shop.
Okay, identify.
You don't need a shop to have a good time.
So we've got a gun, solid shell, Astra ribbon. Oh, slave clothes +1 for just better clothes for Nina. Oh,
I'm sorry, slave clothes
that is
+1.
That is the name of her piece of equipment, is slave clothes.
Any port in a storm, I guess.
Right. I got 2 copies of them, so I can just sell the second copy. And poison proof. Then we can open up the
All
weapon
the proof you
liker.
need that poison is real.
Let's open up the weapon liker. And
Yeah, weapon liker.
I think we have a better gun. Yeah, Victorious.
Wait, Nina's starting weapon is called Pyromania?
Yes.
It sounds to be like her finishing weapon, too. Can it get better than this?
Right? Like, it has like a little flame on the end of it. Let's see if I can...
Out in flame, she twirls it like a baton, like she's leading a marching band.
Yep.
Pyromania!
Running wild on you. Okay, let me see if this is still doing the weird thing where I can't... Okay, yep, it is. That's fine.
Yes, items louse. I had asked about that before. Do we have a reason for that?
I am just waiting for a person to sell to. Where are you?
Alright.
Hello. Items. Lurid dust and louse. Louse is item for sale. Too many legs. A research subject.
Oh, for research. Yes.
Yep, and then we can sell the lurid dust as well for 400 zennies.
201?
Yeah, 201. Alright,
Sneaky, there is no dog cider.
No,
Not
no.
real. You're
Okay.
a tiny dog. Presumably, you would get 10 times as drunk as me.
You also, there's a bunch of different equipment here that I can purchase that, like, is wildly expensive.
Yeah. By the way, maybe you will be able to have more money on a successive playthrough.
Right.
Oh, I like how the icon vaguely resembles the outfits that your 3 different characters are wearing.
Yep.
Surio gets the jacket, Nina gets the sundress, and Lin gets the... whatever the hell that article of clothing is. Jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to call a full-length halter plus arm covers. It's not a thing. Human fashion does not resemble this, so I don't have a word for it. Future clothes.
Future clothes.
Speed suit's pretty good.
Uh,
Pretty sure Lin is actually
The
a cat
cat
girl.
girl.
I don't think the tail is a prosthesis.
yeah. So, just due to something odd that is happening with the setup, oh, also, this person right here is a dog.
You know, just dog folk.
Yeah.
No
So,
problem.
so you know, it's not as though they don't exist around here.
It's a Breath of Fire thing.
Yeah.
Animal people.
Yep. Alright, I'm going to, now that I've done, hold on, I want to do one last set of shopping. And then I'm going to use a save token.
It's not exactly that cat and dog people is a Breath of Fire thing, like animal people is a Breath of Fire thing.
Yeah.
Even in Breath of Fire 1, you have Dragon Boy, dog, fox man, trying to remember, bird girl who literally transforms into a bird at some point.
Yeah.
Snake Lady, you have Ox Man, you have Clay Man who turns into everything, you have Fish Man. Ooh, you have Mole Man, too. I remember Mole Man. I think that is all of the mans from Breath of Fire 1.
We have an incredibly giant ant over there. What in the world?
Snake Lady is an important personage in many of the games.
Yes, Diaz appears and is one of, outside of this one, is one of the few characters that does appear in all 4 of them. Alright, I'm going to save using a save token.
Why? I know it's... Okay. I know it's weird of me to say, but come
Um,
on.
because look, I have 3, or no, I had 2 save tokens. Quite honestly, the reason I make those hard saves is in case something occurs to like interrupt the stream so that I can pull it back up. That's the main reason.
That is fair.
That is the main reason.
That is sort of an external consideration.
Yep.
It's fine. I'm not going to judge you.
I should.
Judges.
I should not. Basically, I should not be using those saves to like, to quote unquote save scum and try to like make it through an area.
Yeah. They're okay. I don't know if you mentioned this before because I haven't watched everything that you did, but
oh, here's the room transition.
Ooh, excellent. But the save games of this thing were so important that they implemented a system, and this is the incredible part of it. They implemented a system where if you made a backup of your save file, it would have a token that was invalid and you would not be able to do it. So if you like went into the PS2 memory card and copied it, that copy would not be valid.
Yep.
That's how much they did not want you save scumming this game.
So cool. Here, Bosch is here.
Like, for one, technologically impressive, right?
Yeah, that is quite
awesome.
incredible.
Like, no, saving is a thing. We've balanced it for a purpose. You don't get to sidestep that balance.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, it is abusable anyway, but within the design of the game, and they did not want you sidestepping that design. So,
yep.
Yeah. I think that if you read any game fact of this, it'll start by saying, okay, immediately game over and start again, like, without doing anything. It'll just be like, no, don't. It's just game over. Just game.
Okay, so we have this is a bit of an important scene here where Bosch has shown up to pick up Nina and congratulates us on finding her and all that. And yeah, our good friend Bosch, who would never do anything to harm us. Yep.
He would not stab us with his pointy sword.
No.
Under any circumstance. Because he's our buddy. This is probably also a high point of like face painted onto the character model of video games for me. Like, of course that happens all over the place, especially out of this era of the games, but I like it in this game more than I do others. It's maybe irrational of me.
I like how nonchalant that stab is. Just this tiny...
Stab! No! Oh, why would he stab us with his stabbing implements that he already had unsheathed? Man, that hurts. Why?
And is twisting the blade in our...
Oh my god. I don't know how much twisting a perfectly round implement like that would do, but whatever.
We just slightly brush away the blade. And now we've been, like, extremely stabbed. Just...
Oh, man. Oh my god, so stabbed that it stopped time, if that color inversion is anything to go on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been just stabbed in the neck.
Yeah, the iris, or rather the pupil fading away and turning to the entire color of the iris is an anime thing for indicating that you have died.
Yep. So we talked about Ryu sooner or later gaining some abilities that would drastically alter how powerful he is in combat. Here we go. As I mentioned, Ryu in most of these games has some sort of dragon abilities that make him unique as far as characters in your party go.
Either dragons or transforming into a dragon. But, but yes.
Also, there's a new element that's important on the screen here in the top right-hand corner.
A new HUD element. One.
Yeah. Also, Bosch is completely unable to hit us with moves that we know are like defense piercing. Like, they immediately get to tell you some things about the form that we're in.
Oh my god! My beast blade not work? Did you hit him in the brain?
Okay, how do I want to deal with this? I think I want to have Nina get cut off from the other two enemies, and I want to make sure that they stay standing in this fight, is kind of the Nina and Lin. I don't want them to, like, you know, get knocked out and not get anything from this battle.
Right.
Alright, once I get to move and can show you Ojin Ryu's moveset, that'll be a lot of fun. I'll heal.
Ah, yes. He can move any amount of distance and does not take damage from any attack.
Yep. Alright, I think...
So, yes, Ryu, as it were, gets to come into his own. And this is the part that, this is the part that really sold me on the game. Like, when this whole thing played out and I realized what was happening,
Yep.
I just fell in love.
So, yeah.
I was sort of like, on it so far.
I have infinite movement range. Yeah.
Whatever. Anything you want, mate. Just, you are moving at infinite speed.
Yep.
You have jets.
I've got 3 moves.
Go wherever.
I've got Vortex.
Yes. The super mode with no drawbacks.
Yeah, so it says, okay, unit, base attack power 2.0, increase D counter by 1%. Hurricane is a area in front of me with the same 1.25%, and Twister is
deals damage to the universe?
Yeah, universal damage. So I have these 3 moves, Vortex, Hurricane, and Twister, which are like the like main attacks. I also have 2 others. If I hold R2, I get access to D breath and D charge.
Oh god.
D charge is a free action that increases your attack power by a large amount. Can stack, but costs 2% of your meter. And we also.
But I love increasing things.
Also, we have D breath, which is universal breath attack, increases damage for as long as it's held down.
Yeah, just use whatever.
So let's show off the breath. I'll just show off the D breath.
Oh yeah, move to the. Show off the D breath.
There we go.
No. Position yourself so that you get more of them in a. Yeah. Yeah.
Also, you'll notice that
Mess 'em up.
the breath attack there took no AP. But now I'm at 3.1%.
Oh, that's probably good. I love increasing things.
Right.
Fine.
Yeah, no problem. Alright, fine. I'm gonna use the D breath to... Ah, heck, okay, I've gotta... There we go. 90 damage. So yeah, Ojin Ryu, you're incredibly powerful, and like absolutely invincible. You cannot be damaged. You have infinite movement. Your damage is unbeatable. You have a trump card now.
Yeah, you can flip out
Yep.
and win the battle, as it were.
So yeah, you have that, but now we have a meter. Also, we get a bunch of experience for that. 600 experience, and a huge amount of party experience. Just why I wanted people, standing in the fight.
Right.
Yeah, well, yeah. There is a optimal way to use it. In speed runs, this is the tool. This is what makes the speed run of this game so very interesting.
Yeah, that's sort of the other side of the coin to this game being like not procedurally generated.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you do have perfect knowledge of every coming encounter, then there's no mystery left, and you do have a spreadsheet to solve for. These are your resources.
Yep.
Use them in that, which is still fine because it's fun enough to do.
That's a different puzzle, you know.
Have we talked about what the D counter is? Do we know that yet?
We do not. We
Okay.
We may learn.
Let's not talk about it. In the meantime, I think increasing things is great. Numbers going up is good, so I don't see any drawbacks to this. Let's just use it in every fight. Just win every fight.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh, we just also like Bosch is hella dead. Like there's no way he's not annihilated by us like shooting him with dragon breath and smacking him around. So yeah, there's still some mysteries about like what the hell D ratio even really means. And what our power is, though we kind of know.
Well,
like
also everyone in the party hates each other, which is great. Yeah, so much for having a rival.
Yep.
Then they do the anime look.
Yeah, I know the. There was no noise there, but I could hear it. You know.
That was a somatic harumph.
Yes. Yeah, so now we kind of want to go back to Biocorp for two reasons, really. One is, learning more about Nina and, like, where she comes from, who she is, and also the fact that, like, our powers started after running into a corpse of a dragon in Biocorp.
While also being killed.
Yeah, that too. Well,
that probably has some tension to it.
Right. Well, we died.
Yeah, you took that murdering like a champ.
That's good.
I didn't expect this at all. Oh yeah, no, Bosch having a larger D ratio probably means that he can freak out even harder, right?
Right.
Jeez.
Okay.
Better hope that he doesn't figure out how to do that.
So, yeah, we have a counter. If I can see on here. Yeah, no. Okay, I don't think there's a specific way on this menu to go over to the counter, the 5.55%. But I can tell you, that is a number that will slowly be going up. And we don't want that to hit 100%. Also, right now it's at 556. It's just steps in game. Now, all actions we take will up that counter. We've gotten our ticking clock, as it were.
Correct. Walking, standing still, dashing, and using things in battle.
Yep.
Including all of the transformation abilities will increase that number.
So I talked about my dash and how my dash is free. That ain't free. That just cost me 0.15 of a percent to do that dash across the room. So yeah.
I'm pretty confident that at 100% it interrupts absolutely anything that you're doing and ends the game right there.
Yep.
So you can be in the middle of like one of your moves and it's like, oh,
yep.
Nope.
So yeah, the entire, and this right here is one of the biggest sticking points I know, like, about the game. You know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Seal of D-Dive released. You can do D-Dive from any battle hitting R2. You'll be immune to most attacks. You'll have a supercharged attacks, but care not to use this power too much. But yeah, this is definitely, I know from my reaction when I first played this game was the same of like, wait, I'm being like told not to use a thing. That's absolutely ludicrous. That's my coolest effect that I have, and it's like, well, you're being told to think about usage of it.
Right. Squirrel Token asks the question: is there a way to lower your meter? Yes and no. Basically, no. There is no thing in the game that will make your number go down. It just goes up.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, you can die.
Mm-hmm.
Dying will take you to 0, and
yeah.
the way the game works, you do get to keep some stuff, depending on how you play the game. And that's sort of the entire point.
Yeah, we talked about, we've talked about how this game has a system for restarting the game, keeping certain elements, and allowing you to there's additional cutscenes that happen because you restart the game, and this meter is one of the biggest reasons why.
Right.
You can get into situations where, like, you know that you can't complete the game because you don't have enough meter left, you know? So, like, knowing when to just call it quits is like a part of the game. Also, Nina just took a bunch of damage, and I need to fix that. Somebody also asks if there's like any punishment or something. Does it do anything at any interval under 100%? Other than changing a couple like looks of a scene? No, there's no like detriment to it being at like 99% or something like that. Like, right. It is either on or off. I want to say if I never used that meter, if I chose to, outside of this one battle where I was basically forced to use it, you know?
Right.
Like, I had to use it to get through that fight. And you can, like, that fight in the speedrun is even a interesting one because it tries to maximize using, like, Nina and Lin to deal with the enemies so that you don't, like, use up as much of your meter.
Because they want to spend their meter out.
I want to say if you never used the meter at all, and you didn't use like the dash too much, things like that, you would end the game at about 30%. Of course.
Yeah, like given what that entails, I think you would end the game before you ever got anywhere. But
right,
there's plenty of game to explore. All the same, yeah, like, you don't need to worry about, oh no, I can't run around or wait too long. You know, like, yes, it does provide a kind of inevitability. No, you don't have to worry about the sheer act of playing the game being the thing that kills. The game will kill you well before that.
Yeah. I'm not convinced this game would have like, that sort of mechanic, so a timer being on a game like this is I know a lot of people that's a large deal breaker for. Games like Majora's Mask, games like Pikmin, that have, like, this sort of, like, there's a built-in, like, the game only lasts so long, and there are a lot, like, I know people that just will not play games like that because of the pressure that it puts on you, and it's real, it's there. Like, that's not, like, a a thing that just isn't real at all. Also, I can't touch this bug. This bug is really smart. It's hiding under the minecart, and I can't shoot it.
That's dreadful.
Maybe I can still sort it. No.
Time to retreat, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna step away from the minecart and try to lure it out. Okay, I can jolt it.
Well, it doesn't have the iron defense then.
Yeah. But yeah, it's more just asking you to like be thoughtful in your use of the power. There are going to be encounters where I am absolutely positively going to need to use it. There are going to be boss encounters that I can think of a specific encounter about a third through the game that like I never really found a way to fight on a fair level.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of the same one.
Uh-huh.
And I totally fucking fought it fair.
Holy shit.
Actually fucking won. And I was amazed after that. I was like, I emerged from that, I'm like, ah!
I think
I don't need to hit my cheat button. Just fucking triumph.
I'm pretty certain with that one, if we're very likely talking about the same one. Oh, geez, I just got ambushed by lots of bats. Though this is the same sort of like bat encounter we ran into it before. But this time we have like 3 party members that are more powerful, so we're gonna get to show the bats what for. But
mess them up.
Yeah, that specific encounter, though, I do recall... Oh, my goodness. That's a lot more bats than I thought. Everybody back the heck off. Here comes bats.
Fine. They'll be fine. There's not too many.
Yet, I remember getting through, I think, 2/3 of that large encounter, and then finally getting to, like, the last piece of it, and just being like, I am out of resources. Like, the only way I'm getting through this is, like, spending something like 30% of my bar, and then, like, I
was absolutely worn down to the nub by the time I made it through that.
Like, see, I made it through it successfully, but I chose to make a restart after it, because I knew that I spent something like 30% of my bar going through the fight.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't want this. Alright, let's wait for bats to show up over here. We'll slowly wear them down.
I earned a sword for doing that fight. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and so yeah, I guess I guess I want to make it clear that I'm not saying like don't use it, but choose when to use. Like the meter is another resource, much like everything else we've had in this game. It is a resource to be spent.
I think the idea is that you could use it anytime you want, but you had better mean it.
Right.
There are a couple of other. Nah, I'll just let that happen when it happens.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things in the game.
Alright. Ooh.
Oh, it's...
Jolt, okay.
I kind of wondered what it would what it would look like to just use your dumb superpower in absolutely everything. Be like, you know what? I don't respect these enemies at all. Wow, transform all the time. I wonder how far you could get. Because I'm pretty sure it's not very far.
Now I gotta think on that. So I just killed something like 15 bats, and there's still more bats in this room.
It's too much.
Also, we have those bags in the middle of the room. It's like, well, I can't collect those. They gave me a button for that.
Oh, they did, didn't they?
Yep.
Loading bags. I guess they would have to be light for these flying bats to deal with.
Nope. Am I not close enough to that bat? Oh, I'm not. Okay. I don't think I'm close enough to that bat at all. Yeah, I'm just... There's one bat that's just too far away. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Now, see, here's where I have to kind of disagree with the zoo a little bit, because I am precocious. Not because I am at all, like, valid. I played Breath of Fire on Super Nintendo. Alright? Like, this was back when I had played all of the possible Super Nintendo RPGs that I could get my hands on, and then someone told me about others, and I bought those too, and, like, did them and all that. So, okay? So, I played through Breath of Fire, and I thought it was kind of, Of course, I spent way too much time on this game. I'm like, oh yeah, turn it into a dragon, that's cool, and all that. And some of the animations were cool. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Dragons, I'm like, dragons are cool. But overall, I'm pretty confident that it's trash. There are a number of things that I could, like, list that point me to this. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. But, no, that game is kind of trash. It's impressive. It's fun to, like, think about and talk about, but it's not fun to play, and that's the biggest thing. It's just tedious to play. Breath of Fire 2 is actually kind of good, I'm pretty sure. Played that too, both on the Super Nintendo and the re-release on the Game Boy Advance. Charming trash is a good way to put it. That's a big ant.
I was gonna say, I'm just kind of looking at this ant. It has a lot of... It kind of goes like...
Yeah. So I didn't play 3 or 4, so I can't speak to those directly. But just from, like... They didn't have a good start, is I guess what I'm saying. Maybe they just sort of got better.
I'm a big fan of... So, I've played 1, 2, 3, and 4, though my experience with 1 and 2 was playing the Game Boy Advance ports of them. And yeah, like Breath of Fire 1 is very...
It's rough already.
Yeah.
Like... Oh man.
Yeah.
It has a cameo appearance by Chun-Li. That actually happened. You can eat potatoes and your character is disgusted.
I gotta identify a weapon. Blindproof +1. But yeah, 3 and 4 both have unique systems to them that make them more interesting as far as gameplay goes. 4 having the more, like, unique take on it, where you can sort of make combos mid-fight with, using moves in sequence. And they both have a more, like, I don't like, the plot of 1 and 2 are not the most, like, it's Dragon says, right, they exist.
Whatever. Like, the great dragon spirit tells you, hey, your village is on fire. Go mess up the bad guy.
Yeah.
And then you do it. Like, that's all we need, really.
Right. 3, and especially 4, have a bit more, like, going on there. I'm also a really big fan of 4's art style. 4 has a really good art style, and I enjoy its combat. Yeah, you can switch out characters mid-combat, too. That's a nifty thing that it has going. Anyway, I'm back to the town now, so I can
Huh. Same town.
Yep.
Your cube is growing.
Yep. Yeah, cube is getting a little bigger.
The cube. That will grow to an uncomfortably large size by the time.
Very likely. But yeah, those 4 games are
Maybe.
have nothing related to this though. Absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Do we ever get above ground? Well, maybe.
Well, that's the whole idea, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Like we have that as our goal. I think at this point.
Yeah.
If not, then very soon we will just be like, screw this whole ranger thing. I want to see the goddamn sky.
Yeah, we I think at this point we are like going to Biocorp Lab to try to figure out what's going on with both Ryu and Nina, and then like once we go to Biocorp Lab, that's when we'll be like, let's make it to the surface. That'll be cool. I mean, because in a game that is, hey, you're underground and nobody's gone to the surface, the first question is like, so are we going there? Like, that's right?
Yeah, I guess. Really, I think the first question of JRPGs is like, do we go kill God at some point? Is
Right.
usually the yes. But oh man.
Ooh.
Okay, so I am going to continue to, of course, play or talk about my first playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, because it was my only playthrough. Like I didn't actually return to the game. I died to bats, and then did my restart. I think I did a second restart at some point, and the third time I played through, I'm like, okay, look, I'm spending all of my party experience right now, and I'm going to get like further in the game. And then I did, and I got very far.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was insane. I forget where this is going. Chat, I did have something to say when I began that. Well, good luck with the Minotaurs.
Yeah. They are guarding the chest that I have the key to, so I by no means need to do this, but there is like prizes
You're
visibly
you're
waiting.
visibly they're visibly damage. They can that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh right, no, that was the thing. The fact that the game kept presenting like every time like I overcame some challenge that looked like I could not possibly do it, there was some challenge afterward that's like, again, this is even harder and you still can't possibly do it. I'm like, oh God, no.
Yep.
It's a really good feeling when you actually overcome something.
Yeah.
It's not replaceable. Like I don't know anything. Listen.
I've spoken a bit about my experience playing this the 2 times that I did. I picked this game up having played Breath of Fire 3 and 4 and thought like, Breath of Fire, this is the name of a series that I've really been enjoying. I should try this out. And I got to about the point that we're at right now. Realized like, oh goodness, this wants me to like, I saw the ticking clock and I'm like, oh, what? And this combat system is completely different from what I expected. And I put the game down and came back to it something like 4 or 5 years later.
So when I encountered the game at first, this was in an era of my life where the kind of fun thing to do was just go to GameStop and look for shit that go with friends and then recommend things to each other, and then everybody has to play everything else. Kind of thing. So what my friends did was they pointed. I found this game and they had heard of it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've played Breath of Fire before. this must be what it did on the PS2. Neat. And they're like, nah, Kaz, that's the game where you die. And that's the whole point. It's the dying game. I'm like, whoa, that sounds metal as hell. Let's do it. I bought it mostly as a joke because at that time in my life I didn't really like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't feel like it was my kind of thing, or I wasn't trying to be cool or prove anything. But no, I did it mostly to spite myself, and then, played it for hours and hours and had a great time. Still remember it fondly, so it was a big victory of that era.
Ooh, I have a new move.
Out of my way.
Yeah. I have a new move. It's called Jolt Ball. This is the electric magical trap.
Oh, hey.
Magic trap that paralyzes enemies that come in contact with it. So I can set up, so rather than having like heavy damage on it, I can use it as a way to stop opposing movement. Which
you can just play keep away.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, when I came back to this, I came back to this and just played it over the course of a week, where I was just like, I spent the week in a bed recovering from an illness, and it was just like I had nothing to do, and so it's like, well, I have a PS2 here, and here's this game I never really gave like the time of day. Let's see what it was. And then my second experience was much more like what you described for your first. It's like I end up fighting these fights, and it's like these are these impossible fights. What the heck? It keeps going. It's these ever-growing, like, how am I going to make it through this one? And then you make it through this one. It's like, well, how am I going to make it through this one? And you make it through that one. And finally reaching like a fever pitch when you finally reach the like actual end. And
maybe that's just what you do with Dragon Quarter. You just get sick and stuck with it for a while.
Yeah.
Although my game that I got sick and stuck with for a while, believe it or not, is Starship Hector.
Starship Hector.
Starship Hector. It's a Sunsoft game from 1987. It came up in the arcade pit that I watched you and Lucy do.
Oh.
You guys had to play Starship Hector. And I'm like, oh man! That was my game when I was like a little kid. It was in a pile of Nintendo games that one of my uncles sent me for Christmas.
Did your uncle work at Nintendo?
No, he did not.
Oh.
I think that particular uncle was between jobs. Also, hello, Nintendo.
I'm here. I finished my family dinner, and now I'm here to look at Dragon Quarter.
What my uncle did do was go to like some yard sale and was like, I'm pretty sure that my brother said that his kids had gotten a Nintendo, and so I should get them Nintendo games. And in that pile of games was Starship Hector, Dragon Warrior, a Dragon Warrior cartridge which bore a signature of the original owner.
That's a classic.
To give you some idea of the scale of things that we're dealing with. So thank you, Albert Memek, wherever you are. Shoutouts to Albert Memek, the name written on the outside of my Dragon Warrior cartridge.
I'm really enjoying this profile. So Lin has an ability to like profile enemies, to see their name, drops, and things. But
then there's Pig to the floor.
The camera is just like
floor pig.
It's just stuck in a corner because that's the way the camera is shooting it.
I wonder, we were talking about your first experiences with this game, and I wonder why that's why I didn't finish it. It's because I was not sick or otherwise confined when I was playing it.
You weren't locked in a room where the key was have you completed this game?
I was only locked out of my chat. And I freed myself by destroying the game with my bare hands.
Oh, right.
I don't
You
hate
come-
this game. I actually respect this game. I just didn't think my streams held up.
Duke Hunter. Excellent. No, okay, so it had Starship Hector, it had Dragon Warrior, featuring the signature of Albert Minek.
Mm-hmm.
It had Castlevania 2 and Castlevania 3,
Oh, goodness.
which formed a lifetime bond, apparently.
Yep.
Most of those games sound like a lifetime. Like Dragon Warrior is still like that, you know.
Oh yeah, like there's nothing is quite Dragon Warrior, is it?
Yeah.
It's probably. Well, I would bet that might be a reason you enjoy RPGs, is because you
Yeah,
played
maybe.
Dragon Warrior.
Because one of my uncles sending me Nintendo games for Christmas. But no, like Starship Hector did not at least form a lifetime bond with me and the shoot 'em up genre. I thought that game was super garbage, and I'm pretty confident that I could prove nowadays that it is.
Well,
But
I would believe that it was garbage because you said it was made by Sunsoft,
yes,
and I don't think they made like a good
wait,
game.
maybe I'm sorry, maybe Hudson Soft. It had a B on the
Oh,
outside.
oh yeah, that was Hudson.
Hudson has the B.
Is Hudson worse than Sunsoft? It might be.
Yes, okay, that had the B. So it was definitely Hudson Soft and Starship Hector. And I had like an anime person on the outside, and I'm probably, it was probably some stupid anime. But it did do a couple of neat things. Alright, so it had like A button shot and B button shot. And like A button shot was above and B button shot was below. This was not immediately clear from the first level, because you'd shoot B shots and it's like, that just went through the enemy, what the hell? It was slow and useless. But you could shoot things that were on the ground with that. As soon as you got to level 2 and every even numbered level thereafter, because it went back and forth, instead of doing the like top side scroll, or it was like a up down scroller vertical shooter in level 1, but it was a horizontal shooter in level 2, and that made everything clear.
Okay,
The
yeah.
reason that I bring it up is there was one day when I was sick, and I was just like, you know what? I've played Dragon Warrior and Castlevania 2 and Castlevania 3 to death. Let's play Starship Hector. What the hell?
What are these thieves?
Or who are they going to steal from?
No, just they're not doing anything.
Running for me, they're scared of you. What the heck? So I was sick, and I couldn't do anything, and I played a bunch of Starship Hector.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, I had never gotten very far in that game when I had made serious attempts at playing it before. But that day I was sick, I got all the way through that game, and at the final level, at the final boss, I'm like, this is way too easy. Dumb. And like, there's rocks falling from the ceiling, that's useless. And I just beat the game, and after beating it, I'm like, what? That's it? That's not real. It was too easy. Like, it was just... And like, if I went back to it today, I would be like, oh shit, this game is fucking intense. There was just something about like being sick and hyper-focused on that video game that allowed me to plow through it.
Well, it's like
little Nintendo.
It's like going into a trance by removing you're removing your body's ability to resist, and thus you are able to lean into it.
Yes, and lean into it. I did.
Mm-hmm.
It's like entering
Very
a shamanic
funny.
trance. Much involved.
So,
The shamanic trance of defeating Starship Hector while having
ill.
a kidney cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked at some of the games Sunsoft made, and I think they've made one good video game out of maybe two.
Okay. Lay it on me.
Oh, well, it's just Mr. Gimmick and Spy Hunter, and that's it. They made Trag.
Spy Hunter. I'm not confident that Spy Hunter
Hunter-
is actually a good game.
Spy Hunter was
I'm
a
being
fun game.
Perfectly honest. It
very
was fun
arcadey.
for like 5 minutes. And yes, okay, if you went to like an actual stand-up arcade, it was probably actually. But okay, so Spy Hunter was good because it had Peter Gunn as the soundtrack, but on like this horrible loop and with Nintendo chiptune sound.
Yeah.
So maybe that's actually a bad thing.
That's good to me. But you were on a cool car, and like you got extra
Word.
lives and stuff by driving into the back of a truck.
All right,
You had oil slick in a gun.
I got a couple.
You came from that truck. The truck put you out on the road.
Yeah.
I picked up a
Too many
Zenny purse
I
from the trickster who's just a bandit.
Did you just use it to get money?
Yeah,
No, just saleable.
Saleable, yeah, a lot of saleable items.
I think I would be willing to love this game, not just respect it, if the inventory wasn't so bad.
Inventory is flawless.
I
will hear no criticism. I will hear no criticism of this inventory.
Highly flawed.
It accomplishes exactly what it sets out to do, and therefore is perfect.
It accomplishes the making you never able to use equipment that you pick up because you don't know what it is.
You can get to a town, and I got it. Besides, you don't need half the shit that you put in your inventory. You have 15 slots. You need maybe 5.
I do not like it. Is there scroll of identify? I don't think there is.
I don't think there is.
I don't.
I would maybe accept that.
Yeah.
I might also be talking from the perspective of like a second playthrough, where you already have gear that is better than any shit that you could find in like Lin. You just know, okay, I don't need this.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is definitely stuff that you will have to leave behind and not know whether it would be the thing to do.
There's this stuff. The combat I like. Yeah, we brought up last stream how it reminds us of like Radiant Historia and how that game's cool combat system.
Yep.
Because we've got goat traps right now.
I'm literally just having Nina throw 3 traps in between me and this giant minotaur who looks like it could kill me in 1 hit. Let's be real. Like,
I wonder if he actually can he actually, or is this just like Dark Souls? Where you see a big enemy in Dark Souls and that makes you think he can't block?
Well, okay, it would probably be 2 attacks, but he would be able to do that in 1 turn of his.
Yeah. Because like some certain mini enemies I've encountered, like have. This enemy is a level 30 enemy as well.
Ah, okay.
Now, okay, so this game introduces some like fundamental mechanics in like the 11th fucking hour. So we'll have some fun when that happens.
I guess Sunsoft also made Journey into Silas, which is not a good game, but it has one of the best soundtracks of a video game from the NES era.
I'm sorry, Journey into Silas? Like
yes. Silius. Journey to Silas. Known in Japan as Rough World.
Rough World.
Well, that's a much better name.
It was originally based off the Terminator, but licensing rights to the films were lost during development.
That's wild because there was an NES Terminator game.
There was
that
also
I think, like Terminator 2.
I think I remember the music of the C64 Terminator game. I think the same guy who made the music for C64 RoboCop did it, and we all remember that song because Chef Boyardee used it in the Dilbert videos, which was then later sampled by rap artist Lil B in Down Bad, his famous
You were
song.
like 5 steps ahead of me at this point.
Wow! Like, you say we all know this because of these incredibly obscure, these super obscure reasons.
We all love Tales of Games, and we all love Lil B, Space God.
I'm just like,
and we all know it. It's like you've gone like 5 click links deep into a Wikipedia. And you've arrived at a completely different topic by now. I'm like, I was looking up cryptids.
The crazy thing is, Burned Head, that sounds like I could have made up 80% of that. I made up 0% of that.
Yeah, no, he didn't. I know my friend well enough to know when he is lying to me. I know the tells. It's fine. I'm not 100% confident that I can that I can spot my friend's lies, but I'm pretty confident.
The biggest pointer is I'm not doubting anything's existence right now.
Mm.
That's the dead giveaway.
I'm gonna leave that bug alone.
Yeah, I just wanted the bug's treasure. That was a room I came from one side earlier, and like I could see the yellow box.
Wait, that was the guy who was hiding under the mine.
It's the same type of enemy, but not the one.
Okay, same type.
Yeah, I actually killed the one that was under the minecart. The jerk.
So I think
What an asshole!
this is
I can't
about,
stab you from here.
I think this is about how far I got before.
It was. This is. I remember when you finally got to the point where you just said,
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm going to destroy a disc here.
I felt I needed a symbolic end to it.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a pretty like I mentioned earlier. The appearance of the meter is a killer. You
need 0.06 more meter though.
Let's see if we can get to that, and then maybe call the stream for the night.
Well, it just ticks up on its own, right? Like it just ticked up 0.1.
It's about every 20 footsteps. Like,
yeah.
I don't think it's exactly that, but I think that's the average. About every 20 footsteps. I'm heading back to town here because I want to identify some pieces of equipment, then put some equipment in the storage locker, and then call it for the night, because we've been going for about 2.5 hours.
Yeah. It's crazy how much adding a timer to something makes it dramatic. Because throughout the entire playthrough, if you lost 10% of your total meter just walking, that would be an astounding amount of walking, and you probably wouldn't even get that much. But the fact that it goes up at all is terrifying. I approve that. Yeah. Ooh, store your money purse instead of just selling it.
Yeah.
So that you can have money for the next time round.
Let's do that. We'll store those, and I'm going to store this reflex I picked up, and this HP plus I picked up, because that'll be like a extra stats for the future. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, how long could I use the dash for? The dash goes up at about, like, 20 times the speed of the normal, like, movement. Like, as far as, like, not, like, in speed, but in how fast the meter goes up. So.
I do feel like I want to finish this game at some point. It was kind of like Persona 2, in that I didn't feel like it was a good thing for me to stream. But I'm still interested in it.
I feel like there's enough meat on the bones to talk about, and having both of you around is good for it too. So.
Okay, you did it. 669. Hell yes.
Yeah, that was the aim. So. Anyway, with this, that'll be the end for today. We'll be going on up through the low sector to the bio labs to try to shed light on the plot of the game. Like, why was Nina in a box in a train? Why do people want to kill her? Why does she have wings?
Why do we have a cat girl on our team?
That one won't ever get explained.
Oh, does she just here for the fun of it?
She was a terrorist, and now she's with us. And I guess that makes us terrorists?
That much. Like, I remember she just decides to join your team for some reason.
Yeah. So, anyway, this is a project that I'll be doing on this normal time, Fridays at 7 for start time. So, if you are interested in catching these, you can follow and catch those once a week. And if you really want to support what's going on, you can always subscribe to the channel and get access to cool skulls.
Half-price sub a month. You got 2 weeks of it left, kids. Make use of it.
Cool skulls. Anyway, thank you, Kaz, and thank you, Gnome, for joining.
Kaz appears to be muted, so I will say goodbye for him.
All right.
Goodbye, I'm Kaz.
I've heard... Good night, everybody.
Wasn't doing an